Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, Beautybybniecy here. If this is your very first time, welcome to the NiecyFam. I'd love to see you every week when I post a video, so please subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos when I post. If this is not your very first time, thank you so much for all your support. In today's video, I'm gonna do a prom inspired look. So if you guys want to see how I come up with my version of a prom inspired look, I need you to stay. So starting off, I'm just gonna give you a quick summary of the steps that I'm gonna take. I'm gonna try to do my eyes first, so it's gonna be the brows, the eyeshadow, and then I'll do my entire face, come back to finish off the eyes, and then we'll have the completed look. So I'm gonna bring you guys a little closer so you can have a full view of how I'm applying everything. So starting off, I'm brushing out my brow hairs, and today my mirror is just a little bit lower, so, and then I'm going in with my Urban Decay brow blade in the shade Dark Drapes. So my eyebrows are clean. I use the Fenty Pro Filtr foundation in the shade 420, which is my foundation shade. And then going into the NYX Eyeshadow Base. I don't think there's a shade name. It's just the regular base. This is ESB 03. It's for all skin tones. I'm also using my Morphe 173 M173 concealer brush. So I'm going into my MAC Art Library palette. This is Flame Boyant. This is the palette. I've already reviewed this palette. I am going in the shade, what's this called? Dollywood. This first shade. Dollywood is going to be my transition color. And then I am going into the shade Roll, and I'm placing Roll right on top of Dollywood. You can tell the Roll is a little more pigmented and more deeper. And then to make it even more deeper, but this time staying in the lower part of the crease, I am going in this reddish shade. It's called Flame Boyant. So to prep my lid for the shimmer, I am using this MAC Prolongwear paint pot. This is in the shade Vintage Selection. And then I'm gonna go into these two shades right here on my left side, so your right side. It is Dada Issues and Fan the Flames and Dada Issues. I'm gonna mix those two, and those two are gonna go in the outer portions of my eye where I did not use the base to prep it. For my lid color, I'm going in this Dose of Colors and Desi and Katie Friendcation palette. This is called Just a Kiss. That shade is gonna go on my eyelid. Between that, I'm feeling that I should put another shade in between that. So I'm going in this shade. It's called Try Me, also in the Daisy and Katie palette. So I'm gonna prime with the Too Faced Hangover Replenishing Face Primer. I like this primer especially because it's very moisturizing. And when you're going to a special occasion like a prom, I would say prime your face or do your base depending on what skin issues you have. So let's say if you have very dry skin, you might want to find a primer that's moisturizing like this one. And if you have very oily skin, you want a mattifying primer. If you have problem with pores, you want one that is blurring. So depending on what your issues are, that's why you should prime your face. The foundation for today is the Nars Sheer Glow foundation. I am in the shade, I'm using the shade New Caledonia, but it's a little too dark for me, so I'm mixing the shade Macao. I have a little sample thing from Sephora, so I'm gonna mix it with this, but this is New Caledonia. And then for concealer, we're going in the Too Faced Born This Way Multi Sculpting Concealer. I have the shade Chestnut. I might use Butterscotch to brighten it up a bit, but at this moment, I'm gonna go with Chestnut. So depending on how Chestnut is looking, I might use Butterscotch to brighten it up just a little bit, like I already said. So usually I'll let it sit for like 30 seconds to a minute before I blend it in. So whilst I wait, I think I might just use Butterscotch, just 2 dots or maybe 3 to let it set. So I totally forgot to contour. Usually I contour before I highlight. I just remembered, but we could still do it. It's not too late. So I always use my hand for my nose contour, and then I go back to blend it in, all my contours and my thin my highlighters in with the sponge. But don't do what I did. Like, always remember to do your contour first, because the longer you wait, the easier it is to crease under your eye. But this Born This Way concealer is actually really good. It takes a while to set, so I think I should be good. So you can tell that the contour, highlighter is all blended. Contour and the concealer to highlight are all blended. Going in with my AirSpun loose face powder. So the technique that I learned from Mali Magic. If you don't know Mali Magic, she is an amazing makeup artist who works with other brands on Instagram. She said to prevent or to eliminate creasing, you want to use a brush and then you want to tap and roll while she said it. And then I'm gonna set my entire face with my Sephora Micro Smooth powder. This is in the shade Deep 60. So we're bronzing with our Fenty Stalker bronzer in the shade Mocha Mami. And then the blush today is our ABH blush trial palette. This is called Berry Amore. So with a smaller brush, I'm gonna go back into this berry shade. I think this is called Flamboyant. I'm gonna go back into Flamboyant and I'm gonna place that in my lower lid. So for the waterline, I'm using this Maybeline Sensational Shaping Lip Liner. This is actually the shade. So that is gonna go in the waterline. Going in with a Fenty Fly Liner to create a wing. I was just gonna compliment this fly liner because it is so easy to use, but if you guys can tell, it just bled into the lid color that I used, the very light color, so I'll have to go back in and fix that. Whilst I do that, you know what, before I do that, let's just finish off the face. So I'm using this highlighter. I'm using my Artist Couture Diamond Luxie Luminizer in the shade Honey Drip. So we're winding down this video. I cannot find my MAC Chestnut, so I'm going in with this Fenty matchstick. This is in the shade Espresso. I use that to contour. I'm using that to line my lips. Did a great job. But if you have a lip liner, use your lip liner. I just couldn't find mine. And then we're filling it in with NYX Slip Tease. I love this line. It is so moisturizing and but it's not messy, so I really love it. I'm actually not a fan of matte, like really matte lips, so this is in the shade Let's Get Physical. As you can tell, this has blended in really well, but I'm gonna go and top it off with my Fenty Gloss Bomb. Setting the entire face with Urban Decay This Slick. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. Let me know down below what you guys feel about this makeup, which is my version of prom inspired look. This look can be worn to weddings or any formal occasions where you need to get glam on the face. As you can tell, the eye is popping, but the lip is very muted. Now you can also go with a red lip. It's actually okay to do that, but I didn't want to do that in this look. Let me know down below if you guys have anything planned, like prom, graduations, weddings. Sound off below. Let's have a conversation going on. Thank you guys so much. Please follow me on social media. The names are on the screen. If you guys like this look, make sure that you check out my other videos. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.